So, hello guys, welcome back to Trend Talks. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, to like and to share. And if you're up for it, you can also hit that notification bell so you're always alerted every time I upload a new video. Let's continue growing this amazing community. So tell a friend to tell a friend. I need you. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and only you guys can help me make that happen. So I have been so obsessed with this tabloid. It's called Feminegra. They write the most superb articles. I'm not even exaggerating. I love how they are so, they do good research and they are so thoughtful. And most importantly, why I love them is because they are pro Harry and Meghan. Their article pieces about Harry and Meghan are out of this world. They have receipts. They come with receipts. They come, these timelines, and I love them, and I've been so obsessed with them. So shout out to Feminegra. You guys can go also check them out on X, give them a follow, just read. You can go reread some of these stories because they have interesting takes. So now back to our amazing Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. His recent heartfelt interview after he lost the security case back in UK, and then he did an interview with BBC. I think the UK media is sitting. They are pissed. They are so pissed. They cannot, I'm not even making this up, guys. They are pissed. So I think right now we don't have both the right wing and the left wing UK media. They just are attacking Harry for sport. And we know at the end of the day that stupid, rotten, evil King Charles is the one behind this, paying them to just write whatever to attack his son, his family, because the world just saw he clearly does not care about his grandkids. He does not care about the safety of his own son, and it's sad that he wants a repeat of what happened to his son's mother. That's just sad. So the world is there's just an uproar, and I think this is why people are still looking into this interview. There's so many things that Harry said, and I applaud him for just being brave, for opening up, and it speaks volume that despite everything his father has put him through, his family has put him through, he's willing to reconcile with them. Personally, I think what, these people don't care. They're horrible human beings. You are better off. Trust me, this is my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. He is better off alone than with those leftover roles. He has Meghan, he has Archie, he has Libet. They just need to live their best life in Montecito. Not that they are not, they are, but I just feel like Harry, just let it be. Let them be. I know it's family, but at the end of the day, we just want you to be okay, your mental health to be fine, just to be happy. That's all that matters. But at the end of the day, we are going to support you in anything you decide to do. We're not here to tell you what you can and can't do, but just to support you willingly and to have your back, your front, your center, name it. So recently, after Harry had an interview, The Guardian, mind you, The Guardian used to be known to be neutral to some extent, but it turned out they started mocking Harry for wanting security. You have to be a disgusting, vile human being to mock someone who just genuinely wants security for wants security and wants his family to be safe. Why would you mock that? And mind you, this is someone who has high level threats. You'd think you'd be like, okay, you guys need to give him security. And especially when he's willing to pay for that security himself. I don't know what is wrong with some people. This world, sometimes it fascinates me. The kind of people, like the way they think, the way they reason is just disgusting. And I think The Guardian are pissed because Harry did not give them that interview and instead went to BBC. So they were like, how dare you? How dare you? And King Charles was like, you see, now write what I want you to write. So Feminegra did a piece on that, and I'm going to read with you guys because they just articulate it in the best way possible. They just are amazing. That's why I keep saying go check them out. They love Harry and Meghan, guys. And I know one thing out with you guys, if there's one person who loves Harry and Meghan, you always are super supportive of them as well. So The Guardian mocked Harry for wanting police protection. When Prince Harry appeared in a BBC interview last week, he addressed his ongoing legal battle to regain police protection in the UK. Within days, Marina Hyde published a column in The Guardian mocking his appeal and portraying him as a wealthy man whining about expenses. The piece titled, "Don't You Get It, Harry? You're Not a Victim," triggered praise and outrage online, but very few readers were given the full picture. See, they always, I love them. So, while the media focused on whether Harry should pay for his own safety, they ignored a more pressing question. Why did Harry lose police protection in the first place? And why is he fighting to get it back? The real issue isn't money, it's about the royal family influencing the UK government into denying him access to armed intelligence-backed police security, even after he offered to fund himself. So the UK government rejected Harry's offer to pay for police protection. Marina Hyde's framing rests on one false premise. The Harry expects taxpayers to foot his security bill. That's simply untrue. As reported by Reuters in 2022, Harry offered to personally fund police protection for himself and his family when in the UK. His request was turned down by the Home Office. He then filed for a judicial review, not to demand special treatment, but to contest the ruling that barred someone in his position from accessing paid police protection. The refusal left Harry in a dangerous limbo. Private security teams, even highly paid ones, do not have the authority to carry firearms in the UK or access national threat intelligence. For a public figure who served in the military, faced terrorist threats after his deployment, and continues to be the target of extremist plots, this gap in protection is not theoretical. It is potentially fatal. And let's not forget the media that outed Harry's location while he was on active duty in Afghanistan. They plastered his face on front pages and branded him one of our boys, only to now mock him for asking to stay alive. Supporting the troops expires the moment a veteran exposes their hypocrisy. That is just sad. Let's set the record straight. Prince Harry didn't leak his own deployment or brag about kills. The media did. The same press now mocks him for telling his story in spare. Celebrity security isn't the same as royal threats. The hypocrisy continues in Hyde's celebrity comparisons. She claimed that rich people like Beyonce or Kim Kardashian don't complain about security costs is a flawed comparison. Kardashian's terrifying robbery in Paris happened when her private bodyguard was not present. The incident exposed how limited private security can be when facing coordinated criminal threats. Prince Harry isn't comparing bank accounts. He's asking why a high-profile target who was born into a state institution and remains in danger because of it cannot access state protection even with personal funding. And if we are comparing public figures, let's get real about what the state considered worth protecting. Prince Harry served 10 years in the military, completed 2 wars in Afghanistan, and founded the Invictus Games to support wounded veterans. He was born into his role and targeted by terrorists because of it. Liz Truss, on the other hand, chose a political career and held the role of Prime Minister for just 49 days, yet she qualifies for long government security. What are the differences between these two? One was born into his life, the other chooses hers. One risked his life in war zone and continues to serve others. The other resigned before her economic plan could even survive a fiscal quarter. Guess which one gets taxpayer-funded protection and which one gets mocked for asking not to be left vulnerable? This isn't about celebrity, it's about institutional responsibility and whose safety the British state values when the cameras are not rolling. Why did the media ignore Prince Harry's lawsuit against unlawful surveillance? Marina Hyde published her column on May 6th, the same day Harry appeared in court in an utterly separate legal battle. Alongside Baroness Doreen Lawrence, Harry is suing Associate Newspapers, the publisher of the Daily Mail, for allegedly using private investigators and corrupt police to illegally obtain personal information. The claims include phone tapping, tracking vehicles, and accessing medical records. These are not tabloid rumors. They are now the subject of formal litigation. Yet Hyde's article does not mention this case at all. Instead, she caricatures Harry as a privileged Nepo baby indulging in public self-pity. That omission is telling. It reveals how media insiders, even left-leaning media outlets, shift public focus away from press misconduct and onto personal ridicule. It's not a coincidence, it's a strategy. Investigative journalist Peter Jukes summed it up bluntly. He cited Hyde's column as a prime example of the media's coordinated backlash. Despite her reputation for sharp wit, Hyde's piece functions more as an institutional defense than social commentary. Her own early career at The Sun, Rupert Murdoch's flagship titles, adds another layer to the story, one rarely acknowledged in mainstream analysis. And then the headlines ask Harry to lose police protection, but few tell the full story. Type Harry loses police protection into any search engine and you'll get headlines that highlight cost, entitlement, or drama. What you won't see immediately are the court rulings, the security protocols that limit private guards, or the threats Harry has faced since leaving the UK. Most outlets ignore that Prince Andrew now receives private protection, reportedly funded by King Charles after a sexual abuse scandal, while the king denies his own son access to state-backed police protection despite ongoing security risks. The media's selective storytelling is part of a larger strategy. Harry's silence is framed as irrelevance. If he speaks out, the narrative shifts to narcissism. The moment he takes legal action, headlines focus on his personality or his wife instead of the case. The public is left with headlines and not takes, not facts. What Harry was demanding is not royal privilege, it is accountability. He was asking the British government and the press to operate under the same rules they claim to enforce. That isn't privilege, it's justice. That might make him unpopular in elite circles, but it also makes him one of the few public figures willing to challenge systems built to silence dissent. Told you that is the most, I almost got emotional. That is just a well put out piece. This is what I wish this other tabloids could do. Like, just report on facts, and for once stop dehumanizing Harry. He is a human being, he has a family, and it's so admirable to see him fight for the safety of his kids and his family. That is something that we should be celebrating him for, instead of frowning or just attacking him, mocking him. That is wrong. I think each and every one of us want to be safe, and most importantly, we want our families to be safe regardless of whatever differences we have. I think it's just really, really important to make sure we are safe. And even as a parent, I think that is one of your biggest responsibilities, is to ensure your child is safe, that they are protected, that they are if it's security, matters concerning security, you have to make sure that they're just okay. But clearly King Charles does not care about that. And for people to mock Harry, mind you, this is a man who's done so much for their country, has fought for their country, gone to war. Look at what he's done with Invictus Games, more than what King Charles has actually done. He could care less about his own veterans. And they choose to treat Harry as if he's some sort of criminal. He did not choose to be born in this life. And they treat them to a point that, comparing him with Kim Kardashian and other celebrities. Come on now. Mind you, this is someone who has Al-Qaeda even threatened him. And this is how they choose to trust. They think it's a joke. And instead of reporting on facts, they try to deflect the story, attack Meghan, bring Meghan in, attack Meghan, say Harry's whining, or a nipple baby, or narcissism. Come on, that's just wrong. That is just wrong. And this is why I've lost all hope. And this is why I never trust anything from the UK media. Because we know they don't report on facts. They don't, good, honest stories. What their sole purpose or what their entire intention is to make money, to drive clicks. They are just interested in selling a story and not the truth, and that is just sad. So I love Femina Grant. This is just why I love them, because they just, when you read, you just get those emotions. It's like, I wish they could do this. This is so well put. So yeah, guys, I wanted to give you guys that update. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm Mirad, stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.